WIAA regional tournament hosted here by Richland Center. We have on the mat two area wrestlers. We have Alex Klum of Viroqua, a 22 and 18 freshman, and Ronaldo Santos, a senior at 7 and 8.
That's our feature match right now as we get started here in this first ever super regional. I'll add that to what Carl was talking about. We have 13 teams here today, and we've got wrestling underway after a little bit of a delay, a little bit of computer issues as far as printing, but we do have some brackets now. We are looking forward to competition between 13 schools here today at Richland Center. Our friend Ken Manning and camaraderie is over at the Mineral Point tournament. We have teams like Adams Friendship here today, Arcadia, Black River Falls, Dodgeville, Gale Electric, Trempealeau, Melrose, Lodi, Mauston, Necedah, Nakusa, Assumption, Prairie du Chien, Richland Center, River Valley, Viroqua, and Wisconsin Dells. Still no score in our feature match down here. We're pretty well, we have 3 mats going here, and we have the ability to record one at a time, so we're going to focus on the teams that are of most interest to our area people. And we do have a takedown here by Santos, and he now leads that match 2-0. In our other action going on, we have from Arcadia, Ivan Aguilar taking on Mason Schulte from River Valley on mat number 2. And then Miles Narat from Adams Friendship taking on Fletcher Brook from Nakusa Assumption on the far mat. Coming to the end of the first period, still that 2-0 score for Santos. He had a nice tournament last week and wrestled well at the class tournament here at Richland Center High School. 3 weeks in a row I get to be here, Carl, so it's been, it's just over the hill for me, so it's not a bad ride. Appreciate working with you today.
Well, I'll do my best not to screw up too much.
Well, being from Viroqua, you won't screw up much at all.
Yeah, thank God it's not Westby. Well, I can't say that on TV.
Yeah, I can. Except for Wayne down there. We got to pick on him often and early. Good bunch of officials here today. As you can see, Wayne Keenan from Viroqua is doing this first match here.
I'm trying to keep him off camera. So.
You are? Okay, good job. Start of the second period, minute 30 to go. Santos working to get to his feet and does work to get out. He has a 3-0 score in that match. 2-0 in our center mat and 5-2 in our far mat in favor of Brock from Nakusa. Good shot there by Santos. Needs to come up with it. Right now, Klum is trying to block him off and hold him from getting that. Some more friends here. We're sitting in the crowd-friendly Mauston crowd today. Julie Whitney just going by. A lot of people from Richland Center remember her. I think Doc must be sitting down there. Doc's right in front of us. Yep. Their son Jackson will wrestle here later on, I believe at 145 or 152, somewhere in there. 47 seconds to go here in this period. We'll try to keep you up to date. As we're looking at this first round here, we have 13 teams in a 16 wrestler bracket. So we're going to have a lot of buys this first round, as Carl and I were discussing. We really only have 29 matches in this first round, so it'll be kind of jump around. As you can see right now, we got 3 weight classes represented. Our 2 biggest weight classes are at 132 with 12 athletes and at 160 with 12 athletes.
And the way it's kind of interesting, too, because they had to put a clause in. If the perfect storm happened, these guys could get 6 matches to wrestle back through.
Yep.
And WIAA said, no, you can only do 5 a day. But they have changed that just for these circumstances.
There we see by Klum, we saw a reversal there. So now he's even this match up here as we wind down the second period. 3-2, he's right back in it. So we got a very tight match going into the third period. You said these first 2 weight classes, we only have 1 match in each one, and then at 126 we have 2 weight two matches in that weight class. Not sure who shows up here, but we are starting the third period on our feet. We have Klum in deep on a single leg right away. Can he secure that and take the lead, or can Santos fight it off? Tries to leap out, does a somersault, but Klum does a nice job of following and secures the takedown. Now has a 4-3 lead in that first round of 16 match. We're just basically at this point we'll call it prelims, because then we'll get into the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals. And as Carl said too, we got a lot of wrestlebacks potentially possible here, because we are going to place all the way back to 4th, 5th, and 6th place, because there is a potential here, just like there are in the Division I. Now we got an escape, tie score now. Minute to go. Hard shot there by Santos, going in deep on his own single leg. 4 wrestlers in each weight class qualify out of here today. So if you place 5th in this tournament today and you have not wrestled the 4th place wrestler, you will receive a wrestle back. So that's, if you've been around a Division I regional before, it's very similar and familiar to you. But if this is your first shot at a super regional, which it is for all of us, it's a new event here. We're used to watching the wrestleback from 2nd to 3rd, because these regionals used to only allow 2 wrestlers to advance out of the day and go to next week's tournament sectional at Wisconsin Dells.
Well, we must got a little blood time on Alex Klum.
Yep.
So we'll take a moment here to thank a couple sponsors. Advanced Pump and Well Solutions in downtown Richland Center is proud to be a sponsor of local high school events and the state tournament series broadcast. Bethel Home and Services, with housing facilities in Viroqua, Coon Valley, Cashton, and Lafarge, providing that unique care for Vernon County residents. Originally supported by 32 Lutheran churches in Vernon County, Bethel Home and Services is an extraordinary faith-based elder care facility for area residents. And Buzzy's Home Furniture. Stop in and take a look at the best selection of furniture in Vernon County.
Back to action now, 40 seconds to go in this match, tied 4-4. The next takedown is going to be the one that gets it in there. Had a winner down there on mat number 3 at 126. You see who that ended up being, Carl?
By your computer, looks like Fletcher Brock.
Okay, yep, from Nakusa winning down there.
Oh, and Santos, nice double leg, come around the corner. 20 seconds to go. It's going to be a feat for Alex Klum to come back through.
I gave you the other program, right?
The other program. I don't think so.
Oh, my friends down there didn't give it to us.
Well, I've been trying to watch track wrestling on my phone, but it's not loading for some reason.
Santos wins that 6-4, or did he pin him?
No, 6-4, time ran out.
Time ran out, 6-4, so there's the end of that match there. Roland Santos, he moves on to the quarterfinal round for Richland Center. So as we said before, we're going to move up through these weight classes fairly quick now. We're already down at 132 down there on mat number 3. And our middle match, Schulte from River Valley at 120, won there. And
that was up here at 126 on mat 1. That's not Richland Center, is it?
No, that probably is Black River or Arcadia. Can't really tell until you see the side of his uniform. Schulte won in his match 10-3 there for River Valley.
Well, Campbell's Mobile and Solar Meats, both located in Gaze Mills, are proud to sponsor this special broadcast. Solar Meats' retail store is now in full swing, open weekdays until 5 p.m. and Saturdays 8 to noon with fresh, local, homegrown beef right there at Solar Meats. So we'll take a break and come back with more local wrestling action after this.
Eli Muckler against Luke Sampson from Wisconsin Dells when we come back. Go ahead.
Cash and Farm Supply offering a full line of organic feed, seed, and fertilizers approved for organic use. Call Cash and Farm Supply for all your organic seed and fertilizer needs. 654-5123. Well, welcome back after our short break. We are on the mat right now with Bodie Wallner. No, that's mat 2.
No, we got Eli Muckler here at 138 against Luke Sampson from Wisconsin Dells on mat number 1. And we still are at 132, Adams Friendship against Arcadia, Badillo. And then on the far end, it's still Arcadia against Nakusa down there at 132. Well, that one's up to 38 now, too, down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, 38.
Well, Sampson is right into a pinning combination. He's got a deep half Nelson.
He has Muckler in a lot of trouble there. He's scared to take down, and he's got a minute to go here in the first period. He hasn't got a near fall yet. He's got a real deep half in there trying to, there's a fall on the other mat. That's at 132. Adams Friendship wins there. And there's a fall on our feature match as Eli Muckler succumbs to a first period fall. You are allowed to come through the backside area, as we talked about. You can wrestle back to 5th. So Eli still got some wrestling to do here later yet today.
Well, we should have another feature match at mat number 1. While that's waiting, I'll give a shout out to the Cashton School District as they are supporting the state tournament trail with hosting the sectional team tournament and streaming portions. And the Cashton Wrestling Club, congratulations to the Cashton Eagles for their dual meet season, and best of luck to head coach Derek Mushik and his many Eagle wrestlers as they look forward to the state tournament trail competition. The Wrestling Club's hopes you are enjoying today's broadcast. So we have on mat 1 now Gunnar Keenan. He's wrestling at 152 pounds today.
Yeah, we're going to jump way up there, aren't we?
And he's, it's an Hunter Alt from River Valley.
Yep.
Not that you want to have a name precede the wrestler, but that one might.
So that's our feature match down there on mat number 1. As he said, River Valley against Viroqua. Gunnar Keenan from Viroqua, 5-14 freshman, taking on Hunter Alt, a sophomore with a 7-9 record.
It's a tall order for a freshman at 152 pounds.
Yep, you better have some agility and speed up there, because you're getting into what we call the more physical group of athletes.
Yeah.
First takedown by Alt. We talked about we'll fly through these weight classes in quite a bit of a hurry. We're already, like you said, up to 152, one of the fuller weight classes with 11 athletes. Right in the middle here, it looks like we range from starting at 126 all the way up to 170, anywhere from 10 to 12 wrestlers in a weight class, with our smallest 2 weight classes being 8 and our 2 biggest weight classes being 12. Again, 29 matches this first round on 3 mats. Hunter out, securing some more back points. Working real hard here with that arm bar, trying to get Keen in a lot of trouble, and there it is with 31 seconds, so that would be a 3:29 fall for Hunter Alt of River Valley.
129. That was
129, thank you, yeah, first period. That's why I told Ken I really try to sometimes not do the time, but makes you look like you're cool if you can.
Sometimes it's just too much math to do.
There you go. I agree with you, Carl. Too much math.
Well, we'll thank a couple more of our sponsors, Central Express and Pasture Pride and Cash, and Heather Olson wishes the best of luck to the area wrestling team. Stop in and pick up your last-minute grocery products for that fishing trip or unexpected hunger surge. with 35 plus years of serving cash in surrounding areas with top-notch premium fuel for your vehicle, now with 24/7 pumps. Well, we will take a quick break, listen to the words of the angelic Ken Manning, and come back with more wrestling after this. We're going to jump right into the action at 138 pounds with some technical difficulties here. It's hard to know who's coming up and what mat they're wrestling, but we've got Viroqua's Vinny Klum, and he is wrestling.
Colin Judd from Dodgeville, a sophomore against a senior. If we keep track of that, we just had a pin down there by GET on mat number 1. Still no score here with 1:15 to go in this prelim match at 138 pounds for Vinny Klum from Viroqua. We talked a little bit as we view this match between Klum and Judd, a little bit mentioned the team race. We have 13 teams here today. 2 teams, unlike previous years, will advance out of here today and move on to the team sectional, which I believe is I'm very confident is at Lodi High School next Tuesday night. As we get a fall down there in
Lodi
145, and that was Wisconsin Dells with the fall down there over GET. So as we said, we're bouncing up the weight classes really fast. Still no score here in the match, but right now Klum is in danger of giving up a takedown.
No, he got it. He
got it.
He was
okay.
in and he
all right.
followed that single almost all the way across the mat.
Okay, you're more familiar with the Viroqua uniforms than I are, because they're both that orange and black. Yes. So good for Vinny. He got the first takedown, now gives up an escape here with just a few seconds left in the first period. Looking at our other matches, we're up to 160 and 145 in them. Lodi on the far end down there at 145. And that is Lodi. That can't be 45 down there. They must not have updated that one. And it hasn't updated on the computer yet either. But Wisconsin Dells versus Arcadia on mat 1, and that's Nakusa against Lodi up to 145 down there. Oh, there it is. Oh, I see it here.
Is it Neilsville? Is that the Neilsville singlets on
Nakusa?
Nakusa Assumption?
Yeah. Lodi just won down there by a pin. Yep. Anyway. Still no in our action here. 2-1 score. And stay in favor at 138 in favor of Vinny Klum. Down there, we're going to jump up to we're going to stay at 152 down there. And that should be a Dodgeville wrestler, Brady Godfrey, taking on Sam Ersland from Wisconsin Dells. We got Wisconsin Dells on both ends, and Viroqua and Dodgeville in the center mat. Still that 2-1 score. Less than a minute to go here. But Vinny coming in real close. He's got I think it's just ran out of room there. He had a real nice move for a spin around there and had it all set up, but ran out of real estate. Nice crowd here today. They got pretty well split up. Can't really totally see any rhyme or reason as far as conferences. You don't really see alphabetical order, so they just must have scattered them by throwing them out there and see. We're in good fortune to sit here in the Mauston crowd with Purdy Sheen, one of our title contenders. We were kind of getting to that earlier on one side there. And the other title contender here today should be GET Melrose Mindoro. Both two strong teams. Fall down there at 152. And that would be the young man from Wisconsin Dells coming up with the fall down there. He'll move on to the quarterfinal round. As we said here, if you lose your first, unlike previous years, well, actually last year too, you still got to wrestle back for 5th place, but it wasn't a chance to advance at 5th place. This year you get to wrestle back for 5th, and you got a chance to still advance. We get a fall down there at 160 on mat number 1, and that would be the young man from Arcadia with the fall down there. Still 2-1 as we start the 3rd period here. And then now, as I say that, always good. I'm good with that with Ken too. Is when I say that, then all of a sudden there's points scored. Yeah. 3-1 now for Vinny as he leads in that match. And we're going to keep an eye on both mat. We're going to finish here with mat number 2, but we have our 3rd or 4th Richland Center wrestler coming up here at 160, and that would be on mat number 1, that would be Mason Jelenic as he takes on Wyatt Moses from Black River Falls. So I'm going to switch over the play-by-play on mat 2 to Carl. He'll finish that out for you, and I'll keep an eye on Jelenic's match down here on mat number 1.
Sounds good. Well, and we're going to have a little bit of a break. We're going to clean up some bodily fluids on mat 2, so we can
switch it over there on mat 1 and watch a little bit of the Jelenic match. Early in the 1st period here, sparring for takedowns. Trying to understand a little bit what the Black River Falls uniform says there on the side, but
T for the Tigers.
Oh, there we go. Thanks, buddy. It's good. How BRF? How do you? That makes sense. This young man from Black River Falls got the first takedown, and now Jelenic's trying to come out from underneath. Now driving in for a good double leg there, and he's going to score that and ties the match up at 2-2.
We'll keep on your match.
We'll stay here for right now until we see some significant action over there in Vinny's match. Still leading 5-1. Keep you in mind with a minute to go, right, Carl?
Yep, minute 5.
Winding down to the last minute of this period here between Jelenic and Moses from Black River Falls. Up to 170 down at the far end. Mat number 3.
I had visions of getting out of here like 8 o'clock tonight with as big a tournament as this could have been, but I think it's going to run pretty smooth. I think we'll fly through some stuff. We'll take some breaks to make sure kids have that 45-minute wait time. And
yep. Well, then you get to the things like, you're still going to have the things like when you get to the finals and the 3rd place. Well, I probably do all 3 of those together because there's the potential for the wrestle back in the 5th. As we just see there right at the end here, the last 15 seconds, Moses comes out from underneath and now leads 4-2, as that's probably how that's going to end. Better switch to you, Carl, then. How is Vinny's match ending up?
We're going to catch the last 5 seconds of Vinny Klum's match. He's leading by a score of 5-1 as he goes into near fall criteria. And the pin.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to call that a 4:59 pin time.
I would too, because I don't think he'd have 6. Oh, wait a minute. Now is he going to wave it off? Yep, he is.
So 3 near fall. Match score will be 8-1. Not quite enough for the major decision, which would factor into the team points for Viroqua. But still a win for Vinny Klum nonetheless, 8-1 over Colin Judd of Dodgeville.
Yep.
So we'll switch back over to mat number 1 and Kirk Lear.
Yep, we'll come back to that as we start the 3rd period now. 4-3 score in that match at 160. Missing one. That must be one Richland Center kid coming out here on mat number 2. So we have Richland Center on both mat 1 and 2. On mat 2 at 145 pounds. We have Ethan, I believe, Bodenden, and he takes on David Esclara from Arcadia on mat number 2. Still 170 at the far end down there. Mason Jelenic's match.
If little kids come here, just right here and play Legos. Okay.
Just don't unplug us there, okay? Thank you.
Here, let me just put this right here. Can you scooch your butt up a little bit? Good.
Trip fall hazard, but I guess it'll work. Okay, back to our action now as we were way there clearing up some housekeeping issues. Wyatt Moses extended his lead to 6-3, but now Mason Jelenic, as you were watching, escaped, and now it's 6-4 with a chance to get back in this match. See, we're going to set up a Lego shop over here, Carl. So, you got to get the important things in the stand here, too.
Maybe we can play during the break.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe they'll share with us.
Well, just know if things go dark, it probably wasn't our fault.
Yeah, there you go. In our other match, we have a 2-0 lead there for, gotta believe that's Ethan.
Yep, Ethan
Bodendin.
Bodendin.
There you go. Thank you.
That's just a guess.
There you go.
I know David Escalera from Arcadia.
There you go. You can say that name really good.
Yeah.
Oh, getting some near fall and maybe a pin down there too by Bodendin. Oh wow, he really had him there. Dang official.
See, we won't even tell him that it's Wayne Keenan down there.
Yeah, we won't do that. Oh, got a fall down there at the other end. That's at 170.
It's Lodi over Arcadia.
Lodi over Arcadia. That was Mason Bruning getting the pin down there for Lodi. Lodi's another team today we'll mention now as we're talking about Mason down there. It's hard to say that they won't be in the team race, so we won't do that. You never can count Lodi out any year. They always seem to just kind of reload down there. 6-4 here in this 160-pound bout that we're showing on mat number 1. The other one, where are you at with yours now, Carl?
We've got Ethan Bodendin leading 5-0 over Escalera of Arcadia. They are about 30 seconds into period number 2.
Okay. Still 6-4 down here as we into the third period in this 160-pound bout. Jelenic trailing 6-4 in this match. He was on top, tried to get a little too aggressive with his arm bar there and gave up the reversal. And now with a minute left, he trails 8-4 in this 160-pound bout. And you must have something happened over there.
We've got a 2:52 pin time for Ethan Bodendin of Richland Center over David Escalera of Arcadia in the 145-pound preliminary match.
We had a pin down there, too, on mat number, I believe that was
Dodgeville.
Dodgeville with a pin down there at 182 already we jumped up to. As we said, we were going to move along here real quick. Right down the Richland Center win at 145. Completes that weight class.
Got a question there at the head table, so I'll mention a couple sponsors while they get it sorted out. Citizens First Bank, banking with people for your personal financial goals. Member FDIC with locations in Viroqua, Viola, Sparta, Trempealeau, and Centerville. Citizens First Bank hopes that you are enjoying today's special wrestling broadcast. Stop in to the Viroqua Bench at 101 South Main or call 637-3133.
Now back to action there with 23 seconds to go in this match. Again, Jelenic trailing to the young man from Moses from Black River Falls, 8-4, up to his feet. Now nice, brought him back. I'm going to have locked hands, but we're also going to run out of time.
We have a GET win on mat 2 at 160.
160 that is. And that was
Jelenic.
Gunnar Johnson winning there from GET over Dodgeville, Aiden Dern. So quickly winding up some of these weight classes, and we'll be up to what you call the upper echelon here pretty soon. 8-5, that match ends at 160. Mason Jelenic goes down to defeat to Wyatt Moses. So he will go to the backside of the tournament and have to wrestle his way back to 4th or 5th.
Well, we'd like to thank Cleary Trucking LLC. When it comes time for your grain or corn to be hauled from the field to the market, be sure to give Troy or Colton Cleary a call at 608-1
there.
475-0110. From the field to storage or right to the market, give Troy or Colton Clary a call for efficient time on hauling.
As he reads a couple more sponsors, we're going to just bring you up to date on mat number 1 here. Blaine Primer is coming out to action. You can watch that as he takes on Lucas Stanley of Adams Friendship. Back to you, Carl.
Well, we'll mention one more after a high crotch attempt. I thought he was going to finish that. I looked down, they're back on their feet again.
Yep.
Well, Coon Valley Telecommunications for high-speed internet in Coon Valley, Chaseburg, Stoddard areas. That begins for around $30 a month. Be sure to contact Coon Valley Telecommunications. Check out the many TV packages that they have to offer. Give them a call at 452-3101. And Countertops by Design. Quality and beauty is a trademark of excellence with Countertops by Design in Westby. Call Link at 634-2040 for your next renovation job or building a new home. Since 2001, Link Buckles and his Countertops by Design have been bringing dreams to reality with expert craftsmanship.
We'll bring you up to date as you were watching there. Primer did a nice job getting that takedown, as Carl was saying, and he put in a nice armbar, and he drove over the young man from Adams Friendship and pinned him in 57 seconds of the first period. So Blaine Primer moves on to the quarterfinal action.
Well, we're going to stay right with Mat 1 because Anthony DePietro is up at 170.
Okay, good job, man.
And I'll read one more, and then I'm going to take a little sip of pop because my throat's getting tired. DeSoto Wrestling Club wishes the best of luck to area wrestlers, and also best of luck to head coach Chad Johnson and assistants Rance Knopfsinger and their young DeSoto Pirate squad as they compete in the state tournament trail. Continuing to build character and installing confidence in our youth and high school wrestlers, it's the Wrestling DeSoto Club.
As Carl said, Anthony DePietro, the fine sophomore for Viroqua High School, he takes on Javon Rav from Black River Falls, the junior, with a 12-19 record here on mat number 1 as we get first period action underway. DePietro comes around trying to get a nice single leg. Still got the whizzer in, does Rav. DePietro is behind, but want to be a little careful, and it pops out of that. Well, I always want to be careful when you get into those leverage positions, don't you, Carl?
Yeah. And, they got to watch if you have the opportunity to come to the mat unsupported, they're going to stop it, call potentially dangerous.
Yep.
And this is a rematch of last week. I believe Anthony won this match.
Okay, at the conference tournament?
Yes.
Well, that's cool. And as Ken and I always like to allude to, as you get into these more liberal hairstyles now that the National Federation in Wrestling is allowed, I don't know how that Javon Ravi, I don't know how he sees here a couple times.
It's got to be other wrestlers probably use that to an advantage. That, mess their hair up a little bit, they take time to fix it, and you're already in on a shot.
He's got a nice shot there, but there's at points during the match, like right now, I don't know how he even sees DePietro unless he likes that screen look.
Yeah,
another nice shuck there. Rob has had a couple nice kind of drag bys, and now his headgear comes off completely. Official Todd Schaff, we'll see how long he lets this go before he stops it. There,
as soon as he didn't stop it right away, there was nothing really happening.
Yeah, and plus DePietro was in danger of slipping on that headgear and did step on it. Stoppage here, 28 seconds to go, still no score as he readjusts that headgear. Bring you up to date with our other matches. We're at 170 in mat number 2, and that's Brickle from River Valley, Blake Brickle there, and he is winning there, but just gave up an escape, so now it's 2-1. And then the far mat, we're all the way up to 220, Carl, and I believe that's Arcadia against Dodgeville.
Yes. Arcadia is leading that match 2-0.
Yep. That's in the third period, and now it's Arcadia coming close to a fall there, and Brickell coming close. Oh, and he's going to give up on this takedown, and now, well, I guess that's still in the second period. But as that winds down with 10 seconds to go, he's going to be trailing 3-2 as they go to the third period.
His Raves headgear broke.
Did it break? And now he has to try to get a new one.
Now we got to fit that up. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really old enough to be talking old school stuff, but I really don't like, like the hair. I don't like the facial hair. Although I sport a beard. Couldn't in high school, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I'm old school like you, Carl. I go back to the days where I got to do my first varsity match as a freshman, and the guy who was there he was really tough on it. I had never shaved in my life, and he told me I needed to get rid of those 3 or 4 hairs. I couldn't even find them. Well, still waiting on this headgear repair, as Carl alluded to. We'll bring you up to date on Brickell's match as he gave up another takedown and now trails 5-2 in that. And down there in our 220-pound match, that's got a little bit more interesting too, is the Dodgeville wrestler has come back somewhat and now trails 6-4 in that match. Back to action though, as we get the last 15 seconds of DePietro's match. Still going takedowns with Javon Rav from Black River Falls. We said we're moving right along here. You even see a little bit here. They bring us up with some T-scores on the far side of the track wrestling feature, but at this point, with so many wrestlers not in action, they're kind of a mute point. So we ended the first period in DePietro's match, 0-0. As they go to the second period, DePietro will be on top. Nice gravity roll there by Rav, but DePietro did a nice job of following too. Now looking for a crossface cradle. It's going to be a little bit tough though, because he still has that leg hooked in there. Trying to drive from that, but now trying to drive into the Oki move there. He's got it, but wasn't quite able to hold Rav on his back. So now he's going to go back to that crossface cradle. Done down there on mat number 3. That ends up 8-4 in favor of the young man from Arcadia. Eric Rodriguez wins down there, and he'll move on to the out of bounds here. Still no score in the DePietro Rav match.
Well, we've got Baroqua's newest heavyweight coming up on mat 3, so we'll switch over there.
Okay, that'll be fine.
I'll watch that match if you want to take DePietro's.
We'll kind of watch both of them. If you get some action there, try to move the camera down to it so we can try to catch both, because still no score here in DePietro's match. Do have a winner there on mat number 2, and that is the young man from Wisconsin Dells winning that match. And our other prelim match going on.
Our Baroqua's heavyweight was playing basketball 3 weeks ago.
Was he?
Yes.
There you go. We do have a score now as Rav came out from underneath, and he puts the first points on the board against DePietro. We now should be moving up to 285. I thought we might be on mat number 2, so we're quickly going to come to the end of this round, Carl, and then I think what we're really going to see is we'll go full-fledged into the championship side of the quarterfinals, because I don't see any real matches, maybe if at the most 1 or 2 popping up on the back consolation side, but I've been surprised before. 285, like you say, going on down there. Still no score in Carl's match. Still 1-0 score down here. Did I say something and then he scored again?
Yes, yeah. That is it. Bertling, Joseph Bertling from Nakusa Assumption had a little shuck by and got around, got his 2.
Real close there to a takedown for Rav, but DePietro did a nice job of locking in and held him off. And so they end the second period 1-0 in favor of Rav, going into the third period with DePietro down. Update on yours, Carl?
We are, Bertling is in near fall criteria, 25 seconds left. and will get the pin. So a minute 36 pin time for Joseph Bertland of Nakusa Assumption over Owen Zom of Viroqua.
Okay, so he's debuted at regionals here. Didn't go quite as he had hoped.
He's a big kid, but he's really green.
Still green.
So
Still got a couple more heavyweight matches, and we do have our 285-pound weight classes. Do want to mention that DePietro did do a nice job of scoring right off the whistle there, a reversal, and he leads 2-1, but now was just warned for stalling, and we got a minute 24 left in that match. We're already going to jump down to, as we mentioned before, quarterfinal action.
First 106-pound
match down there, and that would be Håkan Peterson, the fine young freshman from Dodgeville, taking on Porter Kosman from Prairie Sheen. That was a semifinal match last week with, of course, Holcomb ended up being the champion of the Clash tournament, and a fine freshman as he's looking to score right away in this match. So we must have all of the matches on deck, but we're just trying to finish them up here. Still at 170 down here. Still in favor of DePietro. Running down to the last 40 seconds as he's got Rob broke down trying to go underneath. Now he warns Green. I must have missed the first warning, but he hit him for the second warning and scores a point. But now DePietro's going to put him on his back, and he has him in a lot of trouble here with 25 seconds to go. Could secure the fall here, and there it is. And that will finish that and allow DePietro to move on to the quarterfinal action.
Well, we would like to thank DeWitt Construction. Contact Joel DeWitt in Westby for all your construction needs. Your hometown business that knows and cares about you. Call Joel DeWitt at 608-634-2880. They are located on the north side of Westby at 410 North Main. And Effinger Sales and Service. For quality products such as steel chainsaws, snapper lawnmowers, and more, stop in and see Mark Effinger at Effinger Equipment in Viroqua. You can call them at 637-7594. Well, it looks like we're going to have a little break in local action today, so we're going to take a break and watch some nice edited commercials made by Ken Manning and come back right after this.